Laws of jurisprudence. It is permissible to lie in three situations. In other words, there is no sin in doing so. The first situation is during war. Since in this situation it is done to deceive your opponent, means enemy, and this is permissible. Similarly, if a tyrant is intent on being oppressive, then it is permissible to lie to protect oneself from his tyranny. The second situation is when there is a dispute between two Muslims and one intends to bring peace between them. For example, if you say to one that the other regards you as being a good person and he praises you, or to say that he has conveyed salam to you, and then to say similar words to the other person as well, so that the animosity between the two becomes less and peace prevails between them. The third situation is to mention something to please one's wife, which is contrary to the actual situation. Tawriyah. Tawriyah can be better understood by the fact that it is the formulation of Delphic ambiguous statements that make the person to be deceived or to believe that you are agreeing with him when in fact you are not. So in other words, the apparent meaning of the word is incorrect, but he has taken another meaning to it, which is correct. To do this without need is not permissible. An example of Tawriyah is that you invited someone to join you in a meal and he says that he has already eaten. The apparent meaning of this is that he has already eaten the meal for the current time, but he means that he has eaten yesterday. This is regarded as a lie. To practice Tawriyah for the sake of preserving the truth is permissible. In other words, the Shafir become aware of the sale of a conjoined property at night and he is not able to make people witness to it at that time. Then in the morning he can say this before the witnesses, I became aware of the sale at that time. It is from, Shafi refers to the one possessing the right of preemption. The second example is in the case where a girl starts menstruating at night and she elected to hold herself back on the basis of khayar-e-bulugh. Khayar-e-bulugh refers to the option of puberty. So if she holds herself back on the basis of khayar-e-bulugh, but there are no witnesses to this, then in the morning she can say to the people, I noticed blood at that time. It is haram to tell lies to obtain such an objective, which can be obtained by telling the truth, as well as by telling lies. If it can only be obtained by telling lies and not by telling the truth, then in certain circumstances, to lie is also Mubah, means lawful. But in certain circumstances, it will be regarded as being Waajib. For instance, if a tyrant intends to kill an innocent person, or he intends to harm him and he is hiding due to fear, and the tyrant asks someone regarding the whereabouts of the innocent person, then he may say, I do not know, even though he knows his whereabouts. Or if the entrusted item belonging to someone is in his care and someone wishes to steal it, and he asks where the entrusted item is, then he, the one in whose care it is, has the right to reject it and say his entrusted item is not with me.